Michael Schmitz. That is the offensive lineman from Minnesota, 6'4", 320 pounds. Now, when I watched him again, another very polished guy. Very polished. Looked like he had a lot of knowledge of what he was doing. When I watched guys like him, he kind of marked me as like kind of like DB. I feel like O linemen and defensive backs have this thing in common to where I don't want to hear your name unless they're telling me
Right.
how big you are, and unless you just like really just demolish somebody on a block, and the world has to see how grimy it gets in the trenches. And he's this guy, like he's like you're not gonna hear my name for fucking up. Like I'm gonna do my job every time, and it's more than likely it's gonna work out for us, man.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, he's number one for a reason, man. This guy, well, he's 6'4", three.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be like
320.
320, 330. I don't know. He's gonna be somewhere around there. But
It's gonna fluctuate.
you know how we talked about like Michael Meyer, the tight end, is a guy that can come
Yeah,
in day one and be that dude. Like that's what John Michael Schmitz. And
yeah.
his name is so corny. Like, can we just get that out of the way real quick? This dude is like his parents fumbled the bag. Like
but
John
it but
Michael
it fits
Schmitz.
though. But it fits
It,
though.
it sounds like a box of cornflakes. That's how
It
generic his
does.
name
It
is.
does. But you
But
know what? You
you know,
walking up, you like it. But it also sounds like I got that man John Michael today, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
hey,
you
John
know,
Jacob Jingleheimer
but
Schmitz. You know what I'm saying?
but my dude's walking in. He's a millionaire. Like he's gonna. I think he's gonna be a
hmm
first round selection. And this dude, what he offers in terms of punch and power at the point of attack as an offensive lineman, like I feel like his first step is extremely underrated. Like he has quick feet. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like he's stout in terms of pass protection, where he can anchor down. Um, you know, second level. I think he's a guy that could really flash and get to the second level to assist in the run game. And then he doesn't have like the aggressiveness as Osiris Torrance, but what he
Yeah.
does have, he plays with such poise. Like it's so methodical when you watch him play. Like
Yeah.
this guy, he had over I think like 35 career starts at center for the Gophers.
Yeah.
He can execute blocks extremely well. I feel like also, he doesn't overextend himself. So, like, again, we're talking about technical refinement. Like, he does a really good job of using his hands and using his leverage to displace defenders in the run game. So, he's extremely consistent. He understands angles. He's a guy that can call protections at the offensive line, and that's what you're going to need. So, I would,
Yeah.
for a guy like him, I would love to see him go to a team where you have like you're drafting a young quarterback because what
Yeah.
he can do at the offensive line to kind of get guys in the right place as a young player, being a rookie, I think he would really help. A guy like it'd be awesome if Houston could take him because he could come in there and just kind of settle in, with his quarterback and do
Yeah.
his thing. But
He's gonna be a guy that we hear his name when he's drafted, and then we're gonna hear his name in a couple of years when he gets his big contract.
exactly.
Other than that, you're just gonna see the team that he's playing on being able to run and pass the ball.
Yeah. Some areas where he probably should improve. I think his pad level is an issue where he's where they say low man wins. Well, sometimes
hmm
he plays a little bit higher with a higher pad level, and that kind of gets him in trouble at times. He's a little older, so he's coming in. He's going to be 24 years old as a rookie. Now, I think in offensive line years, like
It's all
you're
right.
his next. If you get him in the first round, his next contract will be at 29, right? So
Yeah,
how much so teams look at that stuff. Like so, if he was like a
but
22-year-old, I think it'd be a different story.
I think you can get good offensive line play until the dude's like 35. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A good one. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Without
right.
barring injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think a lot of people don't really think about how this is why these positions are so important. How good consistent line play is, and like if someone that can bring you consistent, like I think he'll be able to bring a team consistent line play for like 8-9 years. Like I think he'll really be able to do that,
Yeah,
barring injury. Even
I
at
think he's
24, like I really do.
yeah, I think he's solid, man. I think he's starting center number one. Like coming out, when I think he has second round value. I think he doesn't go past the second round, but it'd be nice to see him get taken in the late first round. That'd be really cool. But I really do feel like when these young teams are drafting a quarterback, we'll take a shot at him early second round. That's when I expect to see him go off the board.
It'll be real interesting to see how teams, because I think this year we're going to see a lot of teams actually have common sense in the draft. Like I really do think that they're going to be like, "Yo, maybe we need the linemen, or these skill positions are very popular." But I think all these linemen are in closing. I think all these linemen are pretty good. Some of them are going to be projects. Some guys, may fall off, but all in all, they're the top five for a reason. Top five offensive lineman, Boogie. Oh, back in the building. Shout out to the offensive line. Once again, I like to close with what I said at the beginning, and I think all of you will agree. The offensive linemen are the most important guys on
For
the
sure.
football field for your team's success. So even though they're not skilled position players, as they say, they are the position players that allow you to show your skill. But other than that, yo, what's up with it? I think it's time we got to either or, do we not?
Mhm.